So hello Aarya, today we are going to discuss, we are going to try to make a game of Pong. But the other thing we want to discuss, remember last time we have an issue, we said our code is getting more difficult, right?
Yeah, too long and too hard to read.
Yeah, so to solve that problem, what we need to do is we need to come up with multiple files. We want to divide our code into multiple files, and also we need to kind of start using classes and object-oriented programming, because it's much more easier when we do object-oriented programming than just relying on function. So we'll try to do that. Also, we are gonna start using a new editor, which is gonna be our VS Code. So VS Code. I'm gonna say why we are gonna use this VS Code very quickly. Okay. So we have VS Code, and we also need to install Python ourselves again. Python, because we were using Thuni, and Thuni did not have Thuni. We did not install Python. Okay, so we're gonna install Python again. So we're gonna wait for it to install. Done. Let's close this and we come here and we'll try to write Python and see what happens. Now if we write, it still doesn't work, right? So what we need to do is we need to restart it again. So we're gonna restart VS Code again, and now it should work.
Python, enter.
Yeah, now as you can see, Python is working, and we can do Control D to exit. Okay. So the Python is working. We do Control D to exit. Control D to exit. Okay. You write Python and then you write Control D to exit. Okay, that's it. So with that, that's on Windows. If you are using Linux, then it's a different command. Okay, so now once we are here, now what we're gonna do is we are gonna close this folder because something is already open. But as you see right now, nothing is open. So we want to create, no, not a file. We want to have a project for our folder for our project. So we're gonna open a folder and where we want to keep our files.
Let's make a new folder.
Let's say this is our thing, right? And we're gonna make a game of Pong. So we're gonna make a new folder called Pong. So this is our Pong game, and this is our folder. Right. So now if you see, this Pong folder is open. Now inside this we're gonna create multiple files. So one of them is gonna be main.py. Okay. So main.py. So what do we do in main.py? Maybe we just write print, something like that, print, and then hello, right? I just want to check. We just write print hello. We close the welcome, we don't need it, so we do print hello, and we can actually run it from here using Python takeover. Right? It's run and it's a hello, or we can run directly from here Python and say hello.py. Sorry, not hello.py, main.py. Main.py. So yeah, it works, right?
Yeah.
So with
that's how you run. It's not a run button.
Yeah, it is the same thing. So in the terminal, you basically write Python and you tell the name of the file which you want to run. Okay.
This is called shell.
Yeah, that is called shell. Yeah, exactly. So the shell is there. Now, but we want to have multiple things. So now we also want to have a new file, which we call it game.py. Game.py. Okay, we want to make a game.py. And here what we want to do is we want to define a class. We want to define a class. Now, yeah, we want to define a class. Now the question is that what is a what is a class? So we define a class using a keyword called class and then game. So the naming convention for, we remember if you have variables, right?
Yeah.
And variable has name, right?
Yeah.
So this is game is also a name.
But so it's green. That green means it's a variable?
No. So it's a name, right? Just like a variable, it's a name, right? But when we make a class, the convention is that the first letter has to be capital, and then after that you can have small letter, and then you can again, if it has game something like system, another word, so you can have a capital letter again. So this is what we're gonna call it.
Oh,
We're just
it
gonna
doesn't have to be small.
we're just gonna call it game. And then what should the game has? So
you need to ball to go like this. And
so I'll explain what game is. So think about, right, what is a game? What is a game?
A game is a lot
Now
of
think about like we don't have Pong game. It's just a game. What the game is?
A game is like lots of things moving. You can control those things.
Yeah, right. So kind of you got it right. So game means it should have a lot of things.
So, lots of objects.
Lots of objects. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tell. So first of all, what should happen when we create a game? What should happen? We create a game. So it should initialize the game, right? It should initialize the game. So this is a special method which will be called to initialize the game. Okay. In it, right?
Self.
Remember, and then what you said is correct, right? We should have a game object. We should have a lot of objects. So game dot objects.
Oh, self object.
So yeah, the game has a lot of objects. But what is right now? Right now it's empty.
Yeah.
It's an empty array.
It doesn't have any objects.
Yeah, it doesn't have any object, so it's empty. So one thing is correct. So initially we have no objects in the game. Okay. Now what else what should game do?
Game should move like.
Maybe the okay. So the game should be like, we need to decide whether the game is running or not running. Remember?
Yeah.
The running variable.
Oh,
the running variable. The running variable.
Dot run.
Running. Okay. Initially the running variable is, again we can make it false.
False.
Yeah. Initially it is false. What else it need to do? It need to have a frame per second, right? So let's say FPS. FPS is equal to, let's say 60 frame per second. Okay.
Okay, 60.
Yeah, 60 frame per second. So we can call it 60 frame
per
second. Yeah, second. Okay. Okay. But other than that, what else need to do? So first thing is that when we initialize the game, we need to create a Windows, right?
Yeah.
And we need to initialize the pygame, right? So we need to do those things, right?
Yeah.
So pygame dot init, right?
No, pygame dot. You have to first import.
Yeah, let's import pygame. Import pygame. So it is not liking the import pygame, which means that pygame is not installed.
Yeah.
So we're gonna install pygame. Pip install pygame. So it installed pygame. Let's try again if it's, yeah, it is not able to figure out the pygame is installed, right?
Yeah.
So we need to initialize the pygame. What else we need to do? We need to create a screen. We need to create a screen size, right?
So screen.
But yeah, we need to create a screen. But again, we want to kind of store the screen also. So self dot screen. So the pygame has a screen, and that is pygame
dot screen
dot display dot
screen
set.
Oh, set screen.
Yeah, we need to tell, right, how much the size gonna be.
Set mode.
So set mode. So what the screen size should be?
1000 by 500. Wait, X and.
So maybe we can ask whoever is creating the game to tell us what the size of the screen and height he want it to be.
Oh.
So we don't have to decide right now. We can just ask the.
Oh yeah, that means how harder or easier.
No, maybe like some games might have a bigger screen, some game has a smaller screen. So we're gonna just ask the user. Okay? So whoever is gonna make the game will decide what the screen size will look like.
Yeah.
But every game will have all these things, right?
Yeah.
Every game will have this. We don't know what the width and the height is gonna be, so we're gonna ask the user to give us that. Okay. One other thing is that we want we also want the we also want to display the title at the top, right? Maybe we can. Okay.
Title.
We can ignore that for now. It's okay. We're gonna keep that. But we can also do that, like pygame dot display
title
dot set title, set caption. Set caption is what it is. Okay. So at the top of the screen, right, you see.
Like this all.
No, not this all. Sometimes you will see a caption. Maybe we'll call it.
Pong.
We're gonna call it the game. For we just keep it. We can name. We can take that from the users. But for now, we're just gonna keep it like this. Okay. So this is our first method, which is done. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Which is done. So now what else we want to do? So if the user run the game, what we gonna do? If the user run the game, what we are gonna do?
Do def run if user runs the game.
Yeah, what we gonna do? So we want to do while. Remember while.
No, for.
While self dot running. So we want to say that while the game is running.
Yeah.
While the game is running.
Isn't it for? For running. Okay.
Oh, we forgot to give the self.
Yeah.
Self keyword. So while game is running, we want to do is, what do we do in the while loop? So if we want to first check all the events for event in event. Okay, how do we get the events? So we need to get the events first of all, right?
Yeah.
So events is equal to pygame dot event dot get. So this is how we get the events, right?
Yeah.
So when we get the event, what we do? The only event initially we care about is this quit event, right?
Yeah.
If event dot type is equal to pygame dot quit. So we need to kind of, there's nothing called quit, right?
Yeah.
We need to ask the pygame module what the quit is. Okay? We cannot, otherwise it will say what quit is. It doesn't know, right? So if this event is quit,
it could also be a variable.
Then what we want to do? We want to say that we want to change the variable which we have, which is with this game object, which is the running, right?
Yeah.
It should be set to false.
Running equals false.
Running is equal to false. So because here we setting it to false, we want here to be set to true. So once we create the game, it will be set to true. Okay, so this is set to false. Now what else do we want to do? So one of the things we want to do is, we want to, let's say maybe we want to draw all the objects. So we want to draw all the objects. Because you said, right, the game is about drawing all the objects. Draw all the objects, okay? Draw all the objects, right? So what we're gonna do? So for item in self dot objects, item dot draw. Draw, okay?
Not circle.
No, we just want to draw the item. We'll add the item to draw itself. That is the advantage of object-oriented programming. We don't have to worry about how to draw the object. The object job is to figure out how to draw it.
Oh, okay, then that's really useful.
Yeah, that is what it is useful, right? So we're gonna just ask the object to draw itself. Okay? But we need to give it something. Where are we gonna draw?
Yeah.
It's gonna draw on the screen. So self dot screen.
Wait, so he already knows where to draw it?
No. So the game is gonna ask each object to draw itself. But the object doesn't know where to draw. So I'm passing the screen on where he has to draw. But we forgot one thing. We forgot few things. Remember?
Yeah.
First is that we need to make self dot screen dot fill, and we need to fill the color, right? So what color we want to fill? Maybe 0, 0, 0.
Black.
Yeah, let's it be. Okay. So we want to fill the color, and then what we want to do? We want to again flip the buffer, right?
Yeah.
So we want to do pygame
Dot flip.
dot display dot
Flip.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So now we flip the buffer. What else we want to do? So if we get out of the loop, what we'll do? We'll quit the game.
Yeah.
Pygame dot
Quit.
So we quit the game. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Done?
So yeah, so that's, but now this should work, right? So
Yeah.
now the point is that we are not, we do not still know, like we not created the object, but it still
Yeah.
should work. So now we're gonna go back to and writing the main. What do we want to do in the main? So in the main, what we want to do is we want to make the game, right?
Yeah.
So we want to make the game. So what do? We write the game and then we tell the, what is the height? Let's say you
Yeah.
want to width 1000, let's say, and then 500. Okay.
Yeah.
But it kind of says I do not know what game is. So what do you need to do? You need to do from game import game. So we need to import the game, right?
Oh.
We need to import the
Game.
game class. From where?
Oh, there's a
From
class called game.
from this file, right? So if we say
Yeah.
from game.py,
Yeah.
this file, import game class. So now we have the game class
Oh,
here.
that's what it was saying in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you could do that. Okay, I
Okay.
wasn't first understanding.
So
that.
how, like in this file there is nothing called game, right? So you need to tell where to get the game from. So you tell that from the game.py file. You don't have to tell the py. It understands that you're talking about game.py. You want to import the game. Okay. So we imported the game. Now what we want to do now? And this, when we run this file, what it will do? When we run this game, what will it do? It will run the
This one.
init method.
Yeah.
It will run this dunder init method. This is
Yeah.
called dunder init. They call it
Dunder.
dunder double underscore. They call it dunder init. Because why? It is not init. There are two double underscore first, and then there are two double underscore afterwards. So this is
Okay.
called dunder init. Okay. So it will call this method, and it will do whatever it is written here.
Here.
Okay. And then what we want to do? We can run the game. Okay. So we can say game dot run, and it will call the run method. Okay. So now if we run this, what should happen? Okay, we're gonna try to run the game. Okay. So Python, and then we say main dot
Run.
py. Okay.
PY.
Ah.
Oh. What happened? Oh, type error?
Okay. So why width and height, right? Must be two numbers.
It is two numbers.
Huh?
Where is it? In main. Oh, game. Okay.
Yeah, we can print it out. We can just print out what we are getting. Okay.
Okay.
Print width and print height. So we expect it to be passed here, right? When we set it
Yeah.
here, and that should come here, HEI height, and then we're gonna try it again and see what happens. Yeah, we are passing that, right?
Yeah. But
500 and 100, right?
But still giving us an error.
Why does it give you error? So we printed this variable width
Yeah.
and height, and it was working fine, but it is saying
Line 11.
size must be two numbers, right? Okay, so we're gonna Google this very quickly and see what is we have to do, and we can also check like in Thoni, right, our older program,
Yeah.
what we do, right? So we can check Thoni in our older program to see what we were doing. Okay, where is Thoni? Open. Anything we can open, right? Yeah. So, what we did was we did like this.
Okay.
So we did little mistake. We need to do like this. This is an array. This is a
Yeah.
list.
List.
And then we can try it again. So this is fine. So we realize what we learned from here is that once we make this object game and then you pass the parameter, it automatically calls this init method
Yeah.
because it's printed this things, right? We don't need this anymore. We're gonna remove that back. Okay. Now if we run it again and see what happens. So you can see the game is running, right? And we close it. Well, it's not scrolling. So why that is the case? Why is that the case?
Oh, it's not closing.
We need to do Control C. So we did make some mistake again. So that was set to true, and we basically get the events. We get the events. We set it to we did the mistake again. So this is single equal, right? We are setting it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Not checking.
Yeah.
Now if we do close, it's
Yeah,
okay, it's
okay.
expected. So yeah, we got our basic game running.
Yeah.
We got our basic game running.
Running.
So you realize the game class looks pretty nice, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty clean and it's pretty nice. Now
Yeah, it's not
we
like-
don't have to ever change it. We can use it in every game, right?
Oh.
Kind of we can use it every game, right?
Yeah.
We just now need to figure out how we're gonna create this game object.
It's
So let's talk about our first game object, which is gonna be a ball.
ball.
Which is gonna be a ball dot.
Another file for ball.
Yeah, we'll have another file. That's the thing I'm telling you, right? Now all of our classes look small. Now all our classes look small. And we also know where to find code for which thing.
Yeah.
We also know where to find code for
Which thing?
right? So main will have how we're gonna run our actual game. Then the game will have all the common things about a game, right?
Yeah.
And then the ball
This
will
will have
have
an object.
the ball is an object, right?
Yeah.
So now what does we make? So the ball is another object. So class
Ball.
and we can. So what do we want the ball to have?
A ball is a circle.
So yeah, but the only thing game cares about is it need to be able to draw itself.
Oh.
So we need to just have a method called
Def.
draw, right?
Draw. Yeah.
And then the draw will take a screen. Draw
Of
will take a
course,
screen, but the first argument is always self.
Self.
First argument is always self.
Self.
So it should have a screen. And then how do we draw the ball?
With a circle.
How do we draw stuff?
Oh.
Pygame dot
Oh, draw. Pygame dot draw.
pygame dot draw. We don't have pygame here, so again we need to import
Import
pygame.
it. Oh.
Import
Pygame.
pygame. So pygame dot draw, and what does we want to draw? We want to draw circle.
Yeah.
So to draw a circle, what do we need? We need a surface, right?
Yes.
And that is screen, right? That is
Yeah.
screen. What else we need to know?
A color.
So where do we get the color from?
Oh, see, there was
So
a map.
again, what we can do is we can ask the user who create the ball, who will
Yeah.
create the ball, to tell us the color.
Yeah.
Maybe you can ask them, right? So now again we need a init method.
Yeah.
We need a
Init method.
init method, and we're gonna ask him for self. We're gonna have self variable.
And a color.
And we can ask him a color. So let him ask him a color, okay? So now he can give us the color. So but we need to store this color, right?
Yeah.
We need to store this color in self variable, inside the self, right? Inside the self. Self dot color is color. So now we can access that color in this other method also, right?
Okay, yeah. And then
So we
put
can say self
color
dot
over
color.
there.
Self dot
Color.
color. Now what else we need? We need a
Center.
We need a center.
Center coordinate.
Yeah, center. Where the center will be. So we need to ask the center.
Also. So
Yeah, we can
give me
again ask.
another int.
We can ask
Oh,
the.
yeah, you can
we
do
can
it
ask
like
the
that also.
center.
Center.
We can ask the center.
Self dot color.
Yeah,
equals
we need to
center.
again, because we cannot get center here. That's a
Yeah.
local variable. So
Yeah.
if we want to get it, we need to store in the object.
Object.
Self dot center. That is equal to
Equals.
center.
Yeah. Center.
Okay. Now we're gonna do center. No, we need to do server center, right? Self dot center. Now do we need anything? Nothing, right? So
Wait, are you sure?
this looks
Okay, that.
okay. This looks okay, right? Now again we go to the main method,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And here we say from ball
Ball.
import ball.
Ball.
right? Now what we do is we create a ball object.
Yeah.
Ball.
Is ball.
And we can create many ball objects actually.
Yeah.
We can create many ball objects, right? Ball. And we want the color to be, tell me what color do you want the ball to be? Maybe red?
Red, yeah.
255, 0, 0, right?
Yeah.
And the center to be where?
50.
50 and 50?
Yeah.
And that's it. What about the size of the ball? Radius of the ball. We have to give the radius, right?
That's what I was wondering.
So let's
self dot radius.
yeah, the radius has to be, we can give the radius to fixed, like let's say every ball has a fixed radius of 20, 30. Let's just keep it. Every ball is going to be the same size. Okay, so that's what it is. The ball, we can call it the ball 1. Okay,
So we're gonna have 2 balls.
and we can have another ball somewhere else, and we can have another
Ball 2.
ball 2, and we can put this at 150 and 150. Okay, so now we have 2 balls, but will it gonna work?
No, it won't move though.
No, but it's gonna work.
Yeah.
No, why?
Wait, it's not.
It's not gonna work. Why? It is still black.
Oh.
Why? Because we have not added the ball to the game. So we need to add to the game. So we need to add game dot. We don't have a method for adding it, right?
Yeah.
We don't have a method for
Adding
it. So ideally we need a method for adding that object, right? So we'll want a method called def add objects, right? We call it the add objects, right?
Yeah.
Add object, and we're gonna call self, and then the second variable is object itself, and then we just want it to self dot objects dot push. So we want to push it in the list, right?
Yeah.
The object, right? So now if we go back and we say add object, we can write ball 1 or ball 2 and ball 1. Now we'll give it a try what happens. Uh-oh.
No attribute push.
No attribute to push. Can you tell me why?
What? There should be an attribute push.
It's a list, right?
Yeah. This was in that book. Push. And it should work.
Why did not work? So we can print it out, right? We can print again whenever you're in doubt, self dot objects, right?
Yeah.
And we can print it out, right? And we can try again running. Let's see what happens. So it is empty.
Stop pushing.
And it was empty. Now we should be able to push, right? Self dot object dot push. Why it's not working? It says no object. Like you can see, right? We printed the self dot object.
Yeah.
But and then we try to push it. So it doesn't, a list does not have push method.
We can go see on Google how to push it inside list.
Python list push.
Add. Okay, whatever. Add. I think it's pop, baby.
Append.
No.
Well, I think the push is in JavaScript. We get always confused, right? Because we learn 2 different languages. We do so many different languages. Okay. So now if we try to run it, it should work.
Oh.
And we can see 2 balls.
Yeah, but it's black screen. I really want it. Like, it's okay. Just leave it for now.
Yeah, we don't care about this. But again, now you see the game is pretty simple. The job of the main is just to create objects.
Yeah.
The job of this class is just to create objects and connect them together. And connect them together. We want the game of we want to the balls to be connected with our game, right?
Yeah.
And once and run the game, and then after that it's automatically taken care, right?
Yeah.
But now you already said, right?
The ball should move.
The ball should
move.
So what do we want?
We need ball move.
We need a new method here. Maybe something like update. Update. And again it will have the access to all its variable, all its stuff.
Set.
And then what does it need to now?
It needs an X value probably and a
No, when we update, what we really care about?
position.
The position we have. What else we need?
Velocity, speed.
Speed, yeah, speed also we can have. So you said we need position.
Yeah.
Right. So we got the center, right? That is kind of the position, right? So we will have something like velocity, okay? Let's say speed, right? Or velocity, let's call it velocity, right? Velocity, we have something called velocity. And let's say we get the velocity as fixed, right?
Yeah.
We say the velocity as fixed, let's say 5, comma 5, yeah, 6, whatever. So now what else we need? So if we do this, let's say if we want to, what the update will look like? Update will be about changing the center.
Yeah.
Update will be about changing the center. Self dot center is gonna be equal to what?
You have to move the center.
0
0
and 1.
0 and 1, yeah.
0 and 1. We want to change both 0. Sorry, is it correct? Yeah, 0 and 1. And this is gonna be equal to what? New value. Whatever is already there, right?
Yeah.
And you want to add it with the velocity. Velocity,
yeah.
and what else?
And exploration.
Nah.
The time elapsed.
Time elapsed.
Yeah.
So where do we have the time elapsed?
In this
Game.
Yeah.
So we need the game to tell us the time elapsed. And
Yeah.
how does it will tell you?
By
passing from
Yeah.
there. By passing from the
there. Time elapsed.
So we need to write the time elapsed
No,
here.
no, that was not the name. That was not the name, I think.
Yeah, the time elapsed from there. We don't know, right? So we're gonna just keep it here like 0 and into
time elapsed.
into time elapsed and into time elapsed. And this is
you
gonna
did
be
put one, yeah.
and we're gonna put 1. And
That-
all we need to do is now we have this update method and we
Yeah.
need to call it from the game loop.
Yeah.
So again, while we are doing it, we can have another, before we even draw objects, we can update all objects. Update all the objects, okay? So we're gonna update all the objects.
Update.
Okay, but we also need to pass the time elapsed. Time elapsed. So how do we calculate time elapsed? So we need to elapsed. Okay, we need to calculate the time elapsed.
It's yellow.
So we basically do is we need to have our clock.
Yeah.
Did we make the clock here?
No.
We do not. So we need to, in the init phase, we need to have self dot clock. We need to have a clock initializing. Okay. And how do we initialize the clock? Is equal to pygame dot time dot the clock, and that's it. Now when we are running this loop, what we want is we want to calculate the time elapsed.
Yeah. So
Time
elapsed
is gonna be equal to self dot clock, because that's where we stored the clock, right?
Yeah.
Dot tick, right?
Tick.
So we can get this, but we also can pass the frame rate we want. The frame rate we want. So we basically roughly want the frame rate to be as close as whatever PS we have, and then we need to divide it by 1000.
1000, yeah. Divide by 1000.
Divide by 1000.
Yes, outside dot inside.
Okay. So we will get the time elapsed, and we have time elapsed now. If we have the games, we can make both the balls move in different direction, right? So
Yeah.
we can have this velocity also passed. So let's just pass this velocity, okay? Velocity, okay? And then we'll have the velocity as passed. Velocity, okay? Now we come to the game and we can set the
do all of that, yeah.
velocity. We can have this in more in center, the 450, and this will be 250, let's say. Okay, so this will go in the direction of, let's say, positive, let's say 20
0.
20.
Okay.
And this one can be the
Minus 20, minus 20.
minus 20, minus 20. Okay. So let's see what does this work look like.
Double object isn't callable.
Because I put the forget the comma.
Oh.
What?
Now what's happening? But 3 were given.
Where did I make a mistake? Let's go to the game.
Line 24.
We don't need the self.screen. We only need time. Okay?
Okay.
That is what mistake we did.
But you have to give 2.
What else now? Center is I'm using the wrong. I think I'm using the wrong
Go to that ball.
ball.
Yeah.
Is this how you do it? Center,
Yeah.
self.center.
But I don't think you add this in the first. Or do you?
Oh, I tell you what the problem is.
Oh, what?
The problem is we cannot change the existing tuple. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
So this will go x and
Wow.
y, and then we need to change itself altogether, right? So we need to write self dot center is equal to new tuple x comma
Why?
y. So remember, we cannot change the
Yeah.
tuple. So yeah, that's why it complained. Okay, so now we're gonna give it a try. And yes, it works. So
Wow.
so yeah, so that's how it
But
looked
it's
like.
going by itself. This looks more like a TV show than a game.
Yeah, we need to build more functionality. But what do we learn from this all things? That when we start to make our games in different modules, right? Different files, and each of these different files and things has their own responsibilities.
Yeah.
Then it's become much easier to understand.
Not at all garbled up in one
Yeah,
file.
now we don't have, like, we just have such a clean loop, right? It's a
Yeah.
clean loop that first you're gonna update all the objects, then you're gonna draw all the objects, and that's it, right? It's
Yeah.
clean, and we don't care what the objects are.
Or you'll do that in the main.
No, you
Oh.
basically create different types of
Or
objects. In the main, what you do is you actually create the objects.
Yeah.
You tell what are different types of stuff we have, and then in the main you create all those different type of stuff, and then you connect them together, and then you just run it, and everything just run fine. So this is basically the starting of object-oriented programming with classes and objects.
Yeah.
So classes are basically the templates. Classes are basically the templates. But then you have to create them, right? You have to create them with their properties or variables. When you tell them, like, what this ball, like, you tell the ball, right? But
Yeah.
what ball? It does. But when you tell what the color will be, where it will be, how fast it will move,
Yeah.
then you can create it, right? So to
Right.
create it, you need to tell its property. If you don't tell the property, it's just a class. Okay?
Okay.
So that's what the basic object-oriented programming look like. Okay?